Resolution 15R25, a resolution terminating the tax collection agreement with the City of Union and authorizing the city manager to negotiate and enter into a new agreement.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, this resolution provides notice of City Council's intention to terminate the income tax collection agreement with the City of Union. The initial agreement was entered into effective June 19 of 2007 for a one-year period, and thereafter for additional one-year periods until notice is given. Termination of this agreement does require written notice to the other party at least 90 days prior to the effective date of termination, so we have to provide them notice by March 21st of this year by registered mail.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for this?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 15R25.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Vice Mayor Farris, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-25. Any further comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farris,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading. However, we do have one in its second reading, and that is Ordinance 15-05. Mr. McDonald?
Ordinance 1505, major amendment for a conditional use for the property located at 819 East National Road and owned by SVG Properties LLC in the Highway Business District with a PUD overlay.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. SVG Motors has purchased the Vandalia Auto Clinic at 819 East National Road. SVG is proposing to sell used cars from this location, as well as continue the automobile repair business. The property is located in the Highway Business District, in which automobile repairs and service is a principally permitted use. Automobile sales of used vehicles is conditionally permitted in the HB District on lots of less than 4 acres with a minimum lot width of 200 feet. The lot in question is less than 4 acres. However, while the lot does have frontage along 2 streets, neither of the frontages is 200 feet in length, 200 feet in width. Therefore, a variance from the minimum lot width requirement is necessary to approve this PUD to permit the sale of used automobiles. The Planning Commission reviewed this request at its February 10th meeting and recommended approval.
Thank you. Since this is an ordinance in its second reading, it is open for a public hearing, which I'm opening up now. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to make comment about this ordinance, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and give us your comment? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I move that we approve Ordinance 15-05 in its second reading.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ehlers, second by Councilman Lewis, that we do approve Ordinance 15-05 in its second reading. Any comments from council? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Sorry.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farris,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have no emergency ordinances, nor do we have any reports from boards and commissions. And that brings us to the bill listing for February 2015 in the amount of $2,997,330.65. Comments? Mr. McDonald? Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
A couple items, Your Honor. We spoke last meeting about the need to hire a professional engineering firm for the design of the extension of Fieldstone Way. We anticipated that cost would be more than $10,000, and we would have to come back to council for approval. And we received quotes from 3 different companies, and the cost is actually going to be in the neighborhood of $5,830 with Thomas Weinmiller and Associates. So we are moving forward with contracting for those services. Council approval will not be necessary since the amount is under $10,000. So we are proceeding in that direction. We did close last week on the 12.122 acres for the Superior Abrasives project. So I think the money was wired in today. Our net on that was about $279,000. So those funds, along with the funds we've received from MAC earlier this year, because they They finalized the option they had on some additional property out there. I think we spoke earlier, when we get to the point that we're going to roll over the note for the Stone Quarry project, the proceeds from those sales will go towards paying down the debt. And I believe we're due to have legislation before council in July because we rolled the notes over in August. So that $279,000 plus, I don't remember what the amount was from the MAC closing, we will put those dollars towards the principal at the Stone Quarry when we roll over the notes.
It's about
And
68, John.
68,000? Okay, so we'll have about $340,000 to pay down on the debt. So, and then just finally, please do announce that we have hired a city planner. Her name is Amber Holloway. She's a native of the great city of Sydney. Unfortunately, she is a graduate of Ohio State University. She's going to be joining us on March 30th. She currently works in Florida for a private consulting company that provides services to city planning departments. But again, it's been a long process. We're glad to have Amber heading in our direction. In just a couple more weeks, she will be on board. That is all I have.
Thank you very much. Councilman Blakesley.
Nothing other than if making a motion to excuse Dave Brusman for the meeting tonight.
Is there a
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilman Blakesley and second by Councilman
First. Councilwoman
Council-
first.
Vice Mayor Farce.
Vice Mayor first.
Thank you. To excuse Councilman Bressman from this evening's meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes. Thank you. Anything else?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Gerhardt.
No comments tonight.
Councilman Lewis.
Just a quick point of information. I noticed in the bill listing, there was a gentleman who had passed away that was indigent, who the city of Vandalia interred. And I was wondering who someone would contact related to the location of that particular grave or burial site within our cemetery. The building or the
That would be Rob Cron,
Rob?
or the building department.
building department?
Yeah,
Okay,
engineering or development services will have that information.
thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Ayers.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Vice Mayor Farce.
Well, I wasn't going to talk, but you guys didn't have much to say. So the Mosaic project is going on downstairs as we speak, and if you get an opportunity, go down and look. And it's getting kind of interesting. Tomorrow will be the first batch of handmade tiles coming back for the artists to apply to their pieces. So they've really gotten into it. There's 20 different people working on 20 different pieces. So it's very eclectic and quite interesting how it's coming about. Also on March 27th, the Public Art and Vandalia Committee will meet with the Midwest Sculpture Initiative group and pick the sculptures that will be installed at the art park at the end of May. So things are moving along and a lot of exciting things coming in this by June 1st. About three different projects will be at the end and installed at the art park. So it's exciting there. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I have no comments this evening, so the meeting is adjourned. Meeting, and we would like to have a motion to adjourn to executive session. For the purpose of the executive session is to consider the employment, discipline, promotion, or compensation of a public employee, more specifically, matters relating to the performance evaluation of the city manager, and to discuss the possible sale of real property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Vice Mayor Farce, that we adjourn to executive session. May I have the roll call?
Councilmember Lewis.
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers.
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhardt.
Yeah.
Vice Mayor Farce.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0, and we will now adjourn to executive session.